I'm John Keister. You know, over the years, we here at Almost Live have made a lot of fun of the local communities. But you know, that laid-back Northwest sense of humor, that and the fact that there's a lot of rainstorms and inclement weather that makes it hard for people to drive down to the station and beat us up, well, that's pretty much alleviated all the negative feelings. For example, you know, the other night on the show, a kid asked me, John, what 2 things do I need to know about happiness in life? And I said, well, you need to know these things. Number 1, you've got to love what you do. And number 2, you got to stay the hell out of Renton. And you know, they love that stuff in Renton. They love it. Either that or they've all had their phones disconnected again. And, oh, well, for example, you take a place like Linwood, which people say is a bedroom community, which I find pretty hard to believe if you've seen the men in Linwood. They're very special men. Of course, not quite as special as those stupid hippies up in Bellingham. You know those guys, a lot of them down here at the... I gotta go.
Tonight, from Seattle to Tacoma, from Ballard to Bothell, from Bellevue Square to the Midway Landfill, and all points in between, it's Almost Live versus the Northwest, with a special guest appearance by Bill Nye, the Science Guy, and featuring Pat Cashman, Tracy Conway, Bob Nelson, Bill Stainton, Steve Wilson, and Ed Wyatt, and starring John Keister. And now, here he is. John.
So much. Good evening and welcome to Almost Live versus the Northwest. Now, whoa, now, don't get hostile, okay? Just don't get hostile. It's okay because I'm local, okay? I grew up with JP and Gertrude. I pulled a hydro behind my bike. I visited Bobo. I slept through the UW. I ate way too much breaded cod. And my dad worked at Boeing, okay? And like everyone else who had a dad that worked at Boeing, I have no idea what he did. I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. So I'm one of you. I'm a Patches pal. So I don't want to get that Northwest hostility. You know that Northwest hostility? It looks like this. It happens when people from the Northwest are confronted with people who move here and want to do things a little differently. So we want to start off by calming the fears of all you Ivorholics, REI clones, and Torchlight Parade junkies, and explain to all you exciting and irritating new people just why this place is so awesome. Take a look. So this is it, the fabulous Northwest, the jewel of the Pacific. Thousands of people are moving in here from all over the country every day, and that causes a lot of anxiety. And you know, it really shouldn't, because we're cool enough, we're strong enough, and we're resourceful enough to bring in all these new people, ideas, and customs and still maintain true to our Northwest nature. And what exactly is the Northwest nature? Well, a good place to start is just, where in the world are we? Well, if you take a look at a local bottle of wine, on the back, the label says Washington and France. The same latitude, the same wine, the same place. That's it. This is the France of America. That's why Pasco looks so much like the French Riviera. Welcome to Paris, France. And when you come to this wonderful part of the country, what do we want you bright, energetic, active people to do? We want you to mellow out.
Ease up. The Northwest pace is set by alternate modes of transportation. A car horn? We don't understand. Throw that away. But in the Northwest, you must be very careful how you throw things away. In the Northwest, we separate our garbage, each into individual bags, labeled. I don't know why, but we just do.
Get to know the local delicacies. We have apples here. Not the tangy, tasteful Granny Smith apples. Those are from New Zealand. This is a Northwest apple. A little softer, a little kind of mushy, not as much taste, but that's an apple. And this is the treat that all Northwesterners were raised on, a mountain bar. What's this look like? A mountain, right? That's why they call it a mountain bar. Brown and Haley makes them daily. Brown and Haley. That's not a description. That's the company that makes them. They're in Tacoma. You can look it up. You got to drink microbrewery beers. But more than that, you have to have an attitude about it. Yeah, you're going to drink this beer, and you're going to like it. Okay, whoa, I'm sorry. Let me just lighten up a little bit. On a little more on the mellow side, we've got famous tofu here from Vanishing Island. Sprouts. We grow them here. It goes with everything. Pizza, ice cream, hot dogs. Doesn't matter. And, of course, these little mushrooms that keep people disoriented and living in Bellingham.
And the greatest seafood in the world, prepared the Northwest way. The facial and leg hair growing season in the Northwest begins on Labor Day, becomes noticeable around Halloween, fills out by spring, and officially concludes on the opening day of boating season. After that, men have the option of shaving completely or trimming down to a mustache for the rookie cop look. Women need only shave below their hemline. What then are the essential accessories for a Northwesterner? Let's grab one and empty his pockets. In here you find a co-op membership card, Swiss Army knife, 2 screwdrivers, but it's missing the corkscrew. Errant down feather, ticket stub from some stupid French movie that your mate dragged you to, even though she knew you hate subtitles, but you felt good about it afterwards anyway. Sprout from the pizza, key to a Krypton bike lock, Nordstrom's receipt, even though you don't really need it, they'll take anything back, and a little bit of litter that you didn't want to throw on the ground. What about the mind of a Northwesterner? This can best be illustrated by the classic Northwest dilemma. We don't jaywalk for any reason. No one is above the law. What is the ultimate ambition of every true Northwesterner? Waterfront property. What we call fini del mundo, the end of the earth. Once you get property on water, no one can build in front of you. The view is preserved. The game is over. The end. You have attained the Northwest nature.
All right, don't go away. When we come back, we'll take a look at the bustling metropolis of Ballard. Ballard. Thank you. Well, we're back now. And you know, we want to start our tour of the Northwest with the community of Ballard. Yes, of course. Ballard. We love to do comedy about Ballard. Why? Because Ballard has a lot of character. Although is character the right word? I don't know. Maybe it's catatonic is the word that I'm searching for. But anyway, Ballard is seriously the last bastion of the old country, a place where people wear Viking hats while sober. And only about 4% of the population understands the concept of traffic lights, which is interesting, but it's a great place to live. But before you drive down there to take a look, you should study this next tape very carefully.
And now with a special message from the Ballard Driving Academy, here's Orly Torgerson.
Here at the Ballard Driving Academy, for over 35 years, we've been teaching people to drive just like they live in Ballard.
Welcome to the Ballard Driving Academy.
Thank you.
All right, now before we start, please adjust your seatbelt. Okay, good.
Now check your left turn signal. Okay, now leave that on all day. Make sure that never goes off.
Okay.
All right? Everything seems to check out. All right, let's go into traffic. Whoa, where's the fire?
What?
Well, how fast you going?
10.
Now bring it down to 7. So there you go. That's as fast as we go in Ballard.
Okay.
Now let me see how many cars you're holding up. 6, 7, 8. All right, 8 cars. You passed. You're not using the whole road.
What?
You pay taxes on the whole road, don't you?
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
use the whole road. Weave. There you go. Weave.
Okay.
Keep it to 7 miles an hour. Just weave. Yeah.
Okay.
Switch lanes at random. Don't let them see what you're doing. That's it. Just keep weaving. That's good. How long you lived in Ballard?
All my life.
How long you want to live here?
Till I die.
All right. Okay, pull over here and let's try some parallel parking.
Okay.
All right. No, don't look back.
What?
Do it by sound.
What do you mean?
Do it by sound. There, okay. That's far enough. Now go ahead and go forward. Now don't look. There. Perfect. Good. That's the Ballard way. That's good.
At the Ballard Driving Academy, you'll also learn these useful skills. Using curbs to steer, getting stuck on median dividers, new looks in hats, how to argue with paramedics, stopping 20 feet before the intersection, then lurching forward, turning right, no left, no, wait a minute, stop! Bob, you've passed all your tests, so you've earned the sticker. Keep it on your car at all times. That means you're a Ballard driver. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wouldn't you like to be a Ballard driver too? Come see us today.
Yes, we kid Ballard. But only because we love it so, because Ballard is a special kind of a place, whereas other areas of the city, in a window display, you might have flowers or books or boxes of candy or something like that. Here in Ballard, you got canes and walkers and crutches and everything to make the twilight years, the golden years, just a little bit more special. And when all good Scandinavians die and go to their reward, they go to heaven, or what in their language they call Valhalla. And where exactly is Valhalla? Well, actually, it's right across the street. It's right over there, see? At the intersection of Market and Barnes. So, see, that makes it really simple. But the last thing that we at Almost Live would want to have happen is for Ballard to change at all, because Ballard is really the last bastion of the true Northwest. And if Ballard was to go, we might get down to the last Northwesterner. What would that be like? Well, we think it would go something like this.
Paranoid Pictures presents an Emmett Watson film. Trapped in a world he no longer understands. Pursued by aliens from out of state.
Sell me your house. No. Sell me your house. Sell me your... Sell!
John Keister is the last Northwesterner. Overnight, his world became theirs.
Wear this hat. Wear this shirt. Wear this shirt. Wear it.
Journal entry, May 12th. The Californians have taken over. They've brought money, jobs, and beautiful women in thong bathing suits. It's killing me. I've got to go. Out.
You made it safely.
I thought I lost you back at Gucci's.
No, I got away.
We've got to make a run for the border. That's our only chance.
Okay.
All right, well, let's split up and I'll meet you back at your place.
All right.
Wait a minute, wait. Have some trail mix.
Thanks.
Dudes, the dicks. Oh my God.
There you are. You made it.
What happened to your hardware store?
Oh, it's a club now.
A club? That's not the Northwest.
Well, I talked to some investors and they gave me a good deal.
Investors from where?
From California. In fact, they want to talk to you about buying your house.
California, get a hold of your...
They want to buy your house, too.
No, that's okay.
Come on,
That's
they'll
okay.
give you some money for it.
It's okay.
Come on.
It's okay. No. This is my last entry. I'm heading for the border, but I'm taking along the last vestiges of my culture. The hydroplane that I pulled behind my bicycle. The last Dick's Deluxe. A videotape of those old, really funny Rainier beer ads. I've got to go now, but I just... Wait a minute. What's that? It's a J.P. Patches doll. I've got to get it.
The last Northwesterner. See it before it's too late.
All right, stay with us. When we come back, we'll risk life and limb with our old friend Bill Nye, the Science Guy. Woo! Whoa! You know, the Northwest has become quite a technological giant in the past few years. Of course, we've always had Boeing, plane maker to the world, but now we also have Nintendo, babysitter to the world. And of course, Microsoft, run by one of the richest man boys in the world. It's because of this Northwest commitment to science and technology that I'm proud to introduce a great entertainer, a great humanitarian, and my personal friend for 83 years. Please welcome Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
John, welcome. Thank you, John. It's great to be here. Yes.
Bill Nye, the Science Guy, ladies and gentlemen. And Bill, just looking around, I see lots of vessels, flame, waters, bottles, so it just looks really exciting. What are we going to do on the Science Guy tonight for this very special occasion?
Well, John, we're going to start with a traditional experiment, and we're going to take it another step further. We're going to expand it, John. We're going to make it wild.
So sort of like a golden oldie, and then bring it into like a modern extended dance mix type thing.
Yes, that's very good. That's
the
very
analogy
good.
you were looking for, I'm sure.
Yes, indeed. Now, John, I see you have on a kind of a purple tin shark skin
Kind of
thing.
a shark skin.
I'd like you to wear then the purple.
Oh, boy. Oh, matches the thing. All right, yeah. Very nice, very flattering, very flattering.
You look sharp, John.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
John,
I feel sharp.
Yeah. And you're on the... Now, hold it. What we've got here, John, is a traditional experiment. Now, many of you may have seen the commercial break where we crushed the soda can by boiling water in it. We boiled water in the soda can, then inverted it in the ice water, and it collapsed. Now, why is that?
I don't know. Why?
Well, John...
I guess that's your end.
That's
your
right.
job
That's
to
very
tell
good.
me.
Well,
My job to say I don't
before we go too far into it, I'll show you the great classic experiment using water vapor. We have here a paint thinner can, maybe what would be a brand name? Turpentine, that's not a brand name, turpentine, that type of thing. You'll see I have a little bit of water in the bottom, maybe this much water, and you'll see steam coming out, steam, water vapor coming out. Now, John, what we do, we take it off the burner.
Okay.
Now, because of something coming up later, I'm just going to set this here.
Okay.
Take it off the burner. See the little bit of steam coming out right there, John?
Sure, sure.
We close the cap. We close the cap, John, so it's now hermetically sealed. It's now holding in atmospheric pressure. And you may have just heard a little taking. You see that?
Oh, look.
What's happening is the water vapor is condensing to a liquid, and it doesn't take up any more space, and then the atmospheric pressure is crushing it like a giant's fist.
A giant's fist.
Yeah, now,
All right.
John, this is television.
I see.
We don't have time.
Scientific
so
term.
if we let it cool, it'll collapse. But, John, we can hurry it with our ice water bath.
All right, let's
Observe
see.
Mo.
Whoa! Whoa! Wow! Wow! Whoa! Look what Bill did! Wow! Look!
All yours, John.
Wow! Wow! Look what Bill did. So this would be, I guess, the practical purpose of this was if you had a lot of cans to crush for like recycling, that you'd get a big tank of gas and heat it up, and and put it in water, and thereby we'd be saving the earth. Is that right? Is that like a
That's a good
practical
idea,
way?
John. That's a great idea.
Yeah, so to recycle, all you need is lots of gas and water and...
So, John,
Wow, I don't know. Okay.
John,
so,
what we got here is just a beaker of ordinary water. This would be a Griffin, low-form beaker. And I like to have the temperature right around, it's not a Berzelius tall form. That's what I use to drink out of it.
I love the Griffin.
Yeah, now
love
what we
the
got here
Griffin
is
line.
right around 70 Celsius, getting on like 150, so it's 160. This is what you can do at home. This is an ordinary pop bottle, 2-liter pop bottle. I put in the hot water. Note the water's not boiling.
Right.
It's just pretty hot.
Pretty hot.
Put it in there.
So you're saying do this at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Just to be clear about that.
I'm saying
Bill.
learn at home. We're talking, it's not dangerous. Water,
Okay.
pop bottle.
All right.
You don't need a Bunsen burner.
Okay.
Then you just want you want water vapor in there. You want water vapor. So pour your hot water out. We're disposing of our hot water here.
Great, great.
Then we put the cap on, and we're going to see very much the same effect. Now, John, as always on television, we're in a hurry. So away we go.
Wow.
I recommend this at home. This is a lot of fun. You can feel it's still warm now. We're going to get it cold. Yeah, sure. There we go.
Oh, boy, Bill. Now, Bill, I have to say, this is all very nice, but it's not quite exactly, you know, the thing that we need for the big Northwest special that we got here. We need something a little bigger.
John?
Just a little larger.
I'm so happy you asked, because
I thought
if you'll come over here with
well,
me,
what do you know? Look what's over here.
we have
Okay.
a very large can. You'll find this is actually an oil drum.
Oh, boy.
And this is a drum, that's just a little water from earlier on. This is a drum we got from our good friends at Northwest Cooperage, which is a giant barrel yard. It's sort of like oil drums are us.
Okay.
Now, John, what I've got here is a propane burner, boiling ordinary water in this pot up through the official carpenter shop tube here into the oil drum. You'll see steam coming out the top. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to plug this device.
Okay. I gotta tell you, I'm getting nervous already. Bill.
Well, John, we're going to put the 3/4-inch National Pipe Thread plug in there. It's coarse threads.
right.
We put it in. Now, notice it's not going to explode. Steam just comes out down there.
right.
Using our wrench, we crank on this puppy. Can I say we wail on it?
Wow.
I think
quite a wrench.
We're going to need 2 gloves, John.
Okay,
John,
wow.
this is quite a wrench. Wait till you see the wrench
I think
hood
I'm going to stand back
that
as
we're
you do
talking
this,
about here.
Bill.
We're going to now turn off the propane.
Okay, good.
Running our
I'm
burner.
glad we're turning on.
We'll redirect our hose away from the experimental area.
Towards the
Now
audience.
you see a little steam coming out. All right then.
Okay.
We'll make it. That'll be perfectly safe, John.
All right, okay. Good.
Now you see a little steam coming out here. We're going to put this in. Now, John, do you know what this is?
A plug.
Well, it's a plug, but it's also a bung.
A bung.
And this then
That's
is
great.
a bung hole.
All right, great.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I don't make the rules. Then this, John, is
Kids, can you say bunghole? Can
This
you
is-
say that, kids?
this is a bung wrench.
All right.
And we're
bung
cranking
wrench.
down. Now you can
Oh,
hear it.
yeah.
Can you hear it?
I could hear it.
Now,
yeah.
John, as I've said before,
Oh, yeah.
this is television, John.
Kind of like that, you know, those guys outside of Nordstrom's that drum.
We
It's
don't
kinda
have
got that-
we don't have time.
Whoa! Whoa! Bill,
So we're going to cool it off. Now, John, this is carbon dioxide fire extinguisher. Those of you familiar with it.
Bill, it's broken.
When this valve gets cold, it'll stop leaking.
It's broken.
So it's actually coming out with dry ice chips. So let me show you.
Oh, Bill.
John, that ought to do it. Perfectly safe. Now, John, this thing is in tension. You may have heard it. You may have heard the ends come in a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Now, what we're going to do, this thing is a very strong oil drum. What we're going to do, we're going to cause it to buckle by tapping it with
Okay.
the science hammer. Are you standing by?
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
3, 2, 1. Well, John, there's only one thing to do in a situation like this. Give it to you. What are you, crazy? What are you Tension, danger. Drum roll. 3, 2, 1.
Well, what do you think?
Tension.
Bill,
Danger!
Can I do some more?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's bugging me, John.
Oh, wait, it's starting to go over there.
We'll have to try it after commercial break, John.
Science guy, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get this to work when we come back. We'll travel east side and in from the other building. We'll get it to work. We're back with my good personal friend Bill Nye, and just to show you that Bill is a real scientist and we had complete faith, here's what happened in rehearsal when we tried this. Oh! Hey! Hey! You see, it really did work. Okay. Bill. There. Thank you, Bill. Thank you. Go get it. All right, now. Thank you. Let's talk about... Bill's going to go get a hug. Okay, now let's talk about the rich areas of the Northwest. You know, Puget Sound is known for being a democratic, classless area, but consider this. Whenever the Mercer Island Bridge is dismantled or sinks, they haul the debris down to the waterfront in Renton, okay? But what do you think would happen if they dismantled the Renton Kmart and floated it just off the beaches of Mercer Island? That's right. 60,000 Rentonites would have a blue light special withdrawal. There, you see? What started out as a poke at the well-to-do turned into another Renton joke, which is good. But let's try it again. Let's try this all again with this look at the special breed of people who choose to live in the middle of the lake. You know, most residents of Mercer Island have the same goals: making a lot of money, owning a nice house, and finding a good rehab place for their kids. But someone has to keep order, and this next piece is dedicated to the Mercer Island Men in Blue. Or I guess over there it's more of a teal. Take a look.
Due to the graphic nature of the following program, there may be certain scenes that are not suitable for some members of our viewing audience, like wussies and little wimps and weenies.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Cops on Mercer Island.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people think of Mercer Island as just some sort of, playground for the rich. But the fact is there's a lot of serious crime here. Got to do a lot of police work.
Yeah, we've got a 1047 down at the yacht club. Officer requiring assistance.
Roger, this is 203. I'm near that area. What intersection is that? Oh, hold it. I see him. Hold on.
What are you saying? It's not the real stuff? Is that what you're saying?
All right, hold it.
What do we got here?
Evian at all. Hold it. Okay, Ted, this individual says that this gentleman sold him some water and it's not actually Evian water. Saying this guy is
Evian.
ripping
What
water.
are you selling here?
It's Evian water.
This is Evian water.
Yes.
You're selling Evian water.
Absolutely.
All right, let me try it out here. This is tap water, buddy. You're selling tap water. Where did this come from?
Came from the Mount Blanc region of France.
That's Mount Blanc. You know, it's illegal to drink tap water in Mercer Island. This is a very serious crime.
Hey! Hold it, buddy! Hold it!
All right, come on. Hey. All right. Now listen, you're under arrest for selling bogus Evian water. Now I'm going to read you your rights. You have the right to remain silent, although you can discuss real estate and boat taxes. If you don't have an attorney, we'll go down to the yacht club and we'll get you one. You have the right to have your colors done before any questioning. Now, do you understand each of these rights as I've explained them to you?
Yes, I do.
You want a latte?
Yeah, tall singer.
All right.
Tall singer.
Give me this. All right, let's go. Yeah, you know, this is a beautiful place. You're not going to find a more beautiful town anywhere in the world, but more important, it's friendly. The people here are very friendly. Whoa, what do we got here? What do we have here? Hey there, buddy. Hey. Hey, hi, how are you?
Fine.
Where are you from?
Just down the street here.
You live in Mercer Island?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess you could answer me a few questions. When did BMW go to fuel injection?
78.
Okay, what's the best ski resort in Colorado?
Like Placid.
Buddy, you're not from Mercer Island. Where are you from?
Kent.
Yeah, I thought so. Hey, listen, you know, we don't allow people from Kent in Mercer Island. Now, you knew that. I'm going to give you a warning this time.
Okay.
I'm going to just wait over here, all right? Just stay right here. I'm going to call for the evacuation bus to get you out of here, all right? You just stay right there. I don't want to see you here again, okay?
Okay.
Just stay right there.
Thank you.
I mean, you know, the guy's from Kent. I feel sorry for him. It's sad, you know, but we just can't have that sort of thing on Mercer Island.
Yeah, we have a domestic dispute on the corner of 49th and Island Crest Way.
203, Roger. Oh, man, domestic disturbance. That's the most dangerous call you can go on. It's very scary. I lost a partner on one of those.
He's giving you the benefit of the doubt.
All
Never give me
right, hold on. Hey, what's going on here?
I hit this perfectly good liner ball. In fact, it was outside the line.
Stop. Now listen, there's no referee here, but under the bylaws of the city of Mercer Island, I can make this decision. Now you're gonna have to play the point over.
No, we're not talking about that.
Now play the point over.
Okay. Okay, fine. Deuce. Fine.
Cops on Mercer Island.
Yes, the East Side rich do have sort of a strange attitude, but at least they're accessible. You know, you can drive across that bridge, and as long as your car was made in Germany, they'll let you in, which is much different than the West Side rich. As a matter of fact, there's a community of rich people just down this street that nobody can get into. And I know because a few years ago, when I had a little bit more hair, I tried. Fortunately, I had a camera with me. Broadmoor. Within the city of Seattle sits a walled-off community shrouded in mystery. Only the very elite can gain entrance through the heavily guarded gate. The common people of Seattle have never known what lies behind these heavily fortified walls. Until now.
Yeah, I think I'll use a 7-iron here.
Excuse me, sir,
Great. Thanks a lot.
Sorry, I didn't mean to...
You just ruined my shot. And anyway, how'd you get in here? This is Broadmoor. You can't just come walking in here.
This is Broadmoor?
Broadmoor, yeah. What were you expecting?
Well, you know, somehow I thought it was going to be just a lot different than this. I don't know.
Oh, great. Now those sheep have moved across, and I'll have to go to my 9-iron.
Well, geez, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry I interrupted your game. I thought it was going to
Hey, wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Well, I was going to go back out. I'm sorry. I didn't want to... I didn't mean to...
Once you've seen Broadmoor, you can never leave here. Never! You can never leave Broadmoor!
Well, a narrow escape. But when we come back, we'll show you what the fashion-conscious Northwesterner is wearing, or should be. Well, we're back. And you know, in all this talk about the Northwest, we've forgotten to say that the Northwest has its own unique sense of style as well, and it's in that spirit that we'd like to present the almost live spring fashion preview for 1991. Let's begin. Dwayne from Tacoma is sporting a lightweight camouflage gear for the man on the run. It's stylish enough for the nighttime scene, yet sturdy enough to withstand a continuous assault of airborne pollutants and the occasional stray bullet. He tops off the ensemble with a Perry Ellis bulletproof vest and a gas mask from Esprit. Dwayne from Tacoma. Very good. Thank you, Dwayne. This year's Microsoft look is the same as always. A ragwool sweater and Birkenstocks accented generously with lots of green. It's a style that says, laugh if you want, but the stock just split again. In Yelm this season, hip New Agers will be channeling their entities in an outfit that's perfect for this or any life. Harmony's all-natural fiber caftan is accessorized with politically correct Native American healing arts feathers and power cleansing crystals. It's a look that says, has anyone seen my brain lately? In Snohomish County, the key is to dress practically. Chris is wearing a look that says, I'm comfortable living in the path of a raging creek. Okay, this next style is ideal. Thank you. Ideal for residents of Puyallup, Kent, Auburn, Burien, White Center, and Fife. Ralph sports the Boeing swing shift outfit. It's a look that says, the work week's over, let's get hammered. And for nights out with that special lady, don't forget the tin of Skoal. And it's anchors away with Captain Kavanaugh of the Washington State Ferry System. He sports eye-catching epaulets and a skipper's cap that says he means business and he's in control. Captain, wait, no, Captain Kavanaugh, shut up. Oh, Captain Kavanaugh. Well, that's just about it for Fashions of the Northwest. We'll be right back to look at the hub of the Northwest, the city of Seattle. We'll be right back. Captain Kavanaugh, hold on. Now it's finally time to talk about the city of Seattle. You know that people on the outside think that this is a laid-back place where anything goes, but anyone who's lived here a few years knows that there are some very strict, although unwritten rules. For instance, when exiting the freeway, you've always got to slam your brakes on and slow to 35 miles an hour for at least half a mile before the exit ramp. We know that. The official language of Pioneer Square is slurred speech. The Seahawks, Sonics, and Mariners are required to keep their average under 500 at all times. And pregnant women can order whatever they damn well please. That's right. Those are special Seattle regulations, but not everybody lives by them. Fortunately, in this city, there's a way to get back at those scofflaws. Take a look. Good evening, and welcome to Seattle's Most Wanted, the program that lets you do something about crime. Through your efforts, over 350 fugitives have been brought to justice. Last week, a phone call from an alert viewer led to the arrest of this man. Ed Wyatt was arrested shortly after our last show and charged with putting brown bottles in the green recycling bin.
I was watching the show and I says to my wife, I said, that's him. That is the fella right there who done it.
Tonight, we ask for your help in locating another fugitive.
Seattle's Green Lake, a recreational oasis in a thriving metropolis. It's a place for bikers and walkers, but only in clearly marked lanes. It is the site of a terrifying one-man crime wave. Stephen Wilson, a habitual footpath lane violator. Wilson may weave in and out of lanes, but he consistently prefers riding on the side reserved for walkers. Wilson regularly interferes with walkers, especially during the summer months. He often yells, "Hey, move it," or "Out of the way, buttface." He has a very negative attitude and frequently rides without a helmet. Wilson is believed to live in the Wallingford area. His hair is poorly cut. His old girlfriends describe him as childish, distant, worm-like, yet cute in a boyish sort of way. He loves Mexican food, except for Casa Lupita.
Do not approach this man yourself. Call us. Last week, because of an alert viewer, another fugitive was brought to justice and is scheduled for execution. Together, we can make a difference. You know, we didn't used to have that sort of crime in Seattle, but I guess you could say that that good old Seattle it's fading. You might say that it's a disappearing Seattle. It's a Seattle that's hard to see now. I guess it's kind of a vanishing Seattle.
Almost Live presents Vanishing Seattle. Take a last look at amazing things that will soon be gone forever. People flock from miles around to the intersection of 2nd and Marion to see the amazing street corner with no espresso cart. Now our cameras go to Boeing, plane maker to the world. Everything seems to be business as usual at the Lazy Bee. But what's this? It's Bob Rogers, the alert Boeing worker. Bob baffles his co-workers by staying awake for 8 hours a day and actually working. But for truly incredible news, we now turn to Delbert Loader, a Seattle man who makes this startling claim.
I've never had Thai food.
This is the amazing man who has never eaten Thai food. Speaking of food, here's Seattle's last cookie that costs less than $1. That's serious money to Ron Kepler, the last person who keeps enough change to get an hour on a downtown parking meter. We'll check back later with Ron. Young Kevin Anderson is a straight A student who is going to WSU for an unusual reason.
Now, why have you chosen to go to Washington State University?
I just want to get a good education.
A rare breed indeed. How's Ron doing now? He's past 45 minutes, but the coins are going fast. There it is. $50 later, he's got a whole hour to kill. Mrs. Edna Stoller has found an interesting article in the Seattle Times. Truly a one-of-a-kind item. And it's money that makes Linda Turkendorf super special. Listen.
Well, if I see something that's really cute and I really like it a lot, but I can't afford it, I just don't buy it.
That's right. Linda is the last woman who doesn't owe Nordstrom's money. You saw it here for the last time on Vanishing Seattle.
All right, stay with us. We'll be back with more of the Northwest right after this.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Almost Live took on the Northwest tonight, and I guess I'd call it a draw. I think I'd have to call it just about a draw right now, but we're pleasantly surprised that we're still here and in one piece, that no one's been able to drive down to the studio and take us out, so On that note, we'd like to say we love it here. Remember, keep eating your breaded cod. We'll see you at the Torchlight Parade. We'll see you at the Seafair Parade. We'll see you at the hydro races. And if anyone has found Downtown Federal Way, please give us a call. Until next time, bye-bye.
Be sure to watch Almost Live at its regular time, Saturday nights at 11:30.
Bill, forget about it. It's okay.
It should have worked.
It's fine. The show's over. Let's go.